Knock it off and listen up.
Welcome to a 2v2 on Lierneux. This game is Jello and Omni versus MrSir and Comrade _ Peppers. So,
good job. Stand by for
we're going to see mixed allies versus mixed axis on both sides of this map. Rifle, infantry, and armor company. For Comrade Peppers, mechanized support, shock rifle, and guard motor for MrSir. Blitzkrieg, no, spearhead, mobile defense, and joint operations, and then Luftwaffe already chosen by Omni, so pretty standard loadouts. Mobile defense is kind of niche. You don't see joint operations actually ever. So that could be a very niche commander. You don't see that very frequently. Spearhead you see occasionally in team games, pretty decent commander. Rifle company already chosen by Comrade Pepper, so that's nothing particularly special. Format, I think it doesn't really matter. MP3, you know, just standard whatever. Seriously though, whoever finds the perfect donation noise for me is like... That's an excellent way to get on my good side. Because you have no idea how hard that search has been for me. Riflemen jumping into this house. Have 4 windows with which to engage against these squads over here. 1 south facing, 3 west facing. Elite riflemen jumping into the fuel point here in the middle. Allies do have control of the fuel up here in the north. Kubelwagen has been fielded by the Oberkommando West, who's already floating like crazy, by the way, who must be trying to tech. And this is a sort of safe time to do it, except for that squad of conscripts that's clearly walking straight towards this truck. And is now oorahing straight into this. They will secure vision of both the truck and get into close range for an AT grenade on the Kubelwagen. This could be disastrous if that Kubelwagen goes down. Fortunately, I guess the conscript suppressed and Sturm Pioneers arrive to save the day, and it looks like that truck will get built. There's a 3-man conscript here in the south to try and turn the engagement, but they're not going to really be able to do anything, and it looks like that battle group headquarters will be fine, but Omni needs to get some more infantry on the field. He doesn't have anything. M3 is diving the truck, but I think it's too late to stop it from constructing. He is not too late, of course, to kill that Kubelwagen. Kubelwagen will almost certainly go down to that circling M3.
Just got a report of an infantry unit being wiped out.
I think. Unless he runs away from the engagement completely. Circling back, maybe try and get a volley off on that Kubel. And he almost destroys it, but will disengage from the area completely. Meanwhile, here in the center, grenades have been teched quite early by Comrade Peppers. Tosses one on that Grenadier squad, forces the retreat.
White Star parachute flares are being issued to improve reconnaissance. Krauts are taking one of our points.
You're bad.
Reinforcements in.
What?
Welcome to the death factory, boys.
Okay, I
Might just make it.
don't understand.
That's done. Mark us for duty. God damn it! Someone get us out of here!
Riflemen chase away a Grenadier squad here in the south. I'm drinking caramel apple dream tea and it's super good. Penal Battalion inside the M3 does take a Panzerschreck shot, but it should be able to reverse safely down this road, get back to safety. And it looks like this entire area will fall into Omni's control. He's gone with double Sturm Pio build. He's only got 1 Volksgrenadier squad as a result, plus his MG34. No forward retreat point unlock here on the battle group yet. He's floating like crazy. I wonder if he's just planning on spamming Fallschirmjäger like crazy in the mid/late game, and that's why he's floating. That's my assumption. MrSir, having tech tier 1, is a little low on manpower because he's fielded the structure, M3, and now a sniper, so he's a little low on infantry, but should probably be able to take on a force of equally small size over here in the north. The Allies still have full munitions control, full control of the victory point down here in the south. A lot of fighting positions built down here. Interesting to see riflemen garrisoned in there, plus a 50 cal upgrade. Probably another 50 cal upgrade going up on this. Double fighting position has a pretty decent chance, I think, of holding the line here, although those rear echelons look like they're going to lose this and probably have to retreat soon from that flamethrower if they don't want to get wiped. There they go. Riflemen moving up into the engagement do have grenades, so they might be able to turn this. Forces those grenadiers from cover at least. Kills one of them. There's the retreat. Flamethrower may stick around, try and seal the deal. Plus a mortar firing in the area. Is firing a smoke barrage right there for some reason, I guess. I'm not sure what the deal is with that. Riflemen take a few casualties engaging against grenadiers here in the middle, and it looks like the Axis still have control of the central fuel, and they're taking control of the north fuel now. More grenadiers arriving to overwhelm the south have destroyed this fighting position. They will still need to do something about that. Mortars bombarding it now. Captain Tech from Comrade Peppers making his way towards the middle, and a Kuba wagon moves to engage against the sniper right here. Riflemen throw a grenade into the building. Minor damage right there. Huge mortar hit. Captain gets away with a tiny sliver of health. Meanwhile, here in the south, Flamethrower will wrap up that fighting position. Grenadiers taking control of the munitions, and it looks like the entire map is falling into Axis control quite rapidly. This Tier 1 opening from MrSir doesn't seem to be going anywhere. His sniper's already been forced to retreat, and his Flamethrowers in the Scout car doesn't seem to be making any real progress against any priority targets. Tier 4 structure has been built here in the center, and that's going to shut down all Allied infantry pushes through this area as well. And if the Allies don't figure something out and make a coordinated push for some priority sectors, including the fuel in both the center and north and the munitions here in the south, this game's going to go very badly for them very soon. So they need to figure something out. This rifle company opening isn't working that well either. 4 riflemen on the field. Doesn't have that much munitions in the bank for flamethrowers though because of his grenade spam. Leaving him in sort of an awkward situation. Fallschirmjäger on the field now in addition to the 2 Sturm Pioneer squads. Give Omni quite a few damage sources against Allied infantry. Needs to try to avoid those flamethrowers if at all possible though. Sturm Pioneers are about to walk right into that sniper. He might have to retreat off the field again. He's only got 1 kill, really? Oh, that's so bad. 2 kills now. Those guards are doing more sniping than the sniper is with their PTRSs. So much for that Sturm Pioneer squad. This one falling low as well. Pretty good engagement for MrSir right there. He might be able to use that as a springboard to get some of this territory here back, which they desperately need to do immediately or this game is over. Look how red this map is. Every single push going horribly wrong. This captain tier opening should allow the Allies to put pressure on this structure though. Positioning an AT gun here can easily fire down this road as long as they can secure vision somehow. Rifle company does have access to flares, but Comrade Peppers doesn't have any munitions right now, so can't get that AT gun too close. He may be forced to simply attack ground, and he'll be doing so under mortar fire. And the AT gun fire will begin. 1 shot connects, so we'll get that thing down eventually. If we can get Vet 1 on that thing at some point, that, of course, would also allow him to secure himself vision. The engagement for the north, we'll see Fallschirmjäger engaging from within green cover, and they will be able to do quite well in this engagement as a result, although they are being flanked by riflemen here in the south, bringing them low rather quickly. Still, conscript squads get chewed up pretty fast. Fallschirmjäger up to 4 kills and will be Vet 1 soon, and Vet 1 is when falls really become very good. Because of the frangible grenade. Nice wipe on the flamethrower, but he might lose that grenadier squad in return. Almost, but they do get away. Rifle grenade on the AT gun to stop that tier 4 structure being destroyed, and the Allies did bring that thing extremely low, but without vision they probably don't actually realize how low that thing is. Rear echelon troops will recover the flamethrower and AT gun and keep the firepower going against that structure. If the mortar can clear the AT gun, it might survive, otherwise it's almost certainly going to be destroyed. Captain moving up to provide vision and maybe seal the deal with a bazooka volley. And we'll have to pull back. AT gun's doing what it can, but the siege is slow going, and under mortar fire that thing may not survive. Armor piercing rounds don't help, by the way. They only boost penetration, not damage, so that was just wasted munitions. And the AT gun gets cleared. Mortar will make a full retreat. Fresh rifle squad moving up to maybe try and finish the job. They will again be doing so under mortar fire. Vet 2 mortar now. Meanwhile, the engagement for the north looks like it's slowly maybe turning in MrSir's favor. He's fielded a heavy mortar in addition to his guards and sniper to try and push away some of these Axis infantry squads. Heavy mortar working on that. Squad of infantry right there, and Fallschirmjäger will walk up into this green cover to start taking control of the victory point back and get the clock ticking against the Allies once again. Mortar continues to bombard that AT gun as it tries to take out this tier 4 structure, but it's being repaired faster than it's being damaged, and it doesn't look like anything's going to happen here. Mortar kills another one of the crew members, and that'll be the 3rd time that AT gun gets decrewed by LMG guns and mortar fire. Grenade toss into the road might wipe that. Oh, not quite. Squad survive. Oh, one of the members was way in the back, and a mortar wipes another rifle squad, bringing Comrade Peppers down to 3 heavily wounded rifle squads, none of whom still have a flamethrower. Rear echelons with a flamethrower and his captain, bleeding manpower like crazy, doesn't have very much stuff left. The Oberkommando West forces here in the north are going very strong. I think we're going to see a wipe right there. Maybe. Fortunately, the US base defenses saved them, barely. Harassment attempt for the north is a bit of an overextension. Those minesweeper pyros have a pretty good chance of getting... What was that? I think it was just 4 Volksgrenadier models. I don't think it was anything too serious. Demo charge right there. Both Fallschirmjäger squads are still alive, so that's good. But they need to retreat from this blob right now. Right now, retreat. There they go. Oh, that was a nice rifle grenade into that clump. Forces an almost full retreat by everything except for a... Oh no, there goes the flamethrower. Frag grenade tossed on the grenadiers almost wipes this squad. And they will retreat. Looks like they're going to get away. Mortar set up to apply some aggressive firepower on these riflemen here. And it looks like the Allied stomp is going to continue. Only 3 squads left for Comrade Peppers. Oh, this is just brutal. What was that? Satchel charge. Satchel charge on an MG34. Destroys the gun entirely. That's a small win for MrSir. Continues to get small victories here in the north, but they're only worth so much, honestly. Although Omni just went Sturmtiger. And if there's any way to throw a game as Oberkommando West, it's probably to go Sturmtiger, or not, actually. Honestly, this patch, Sturmtiger almost seems to be the best reason to go tier 4. I mean, other than the Panther, of course. The Panther is obviously an excellent unit still. So, Sturmtiger in production. I'm curious to see if that's going to perform well. Conscripts in the building. Slowly getting forced out by the flak. The South is currently undefended, and the tiny amount of American forces that remain are going to try and get it under control. What is that half-track doing? There's another thing inside. It's upgrading very slowly with flame projectors, but it's just gonna die. He should cancel that. That's a dead half-track for sure. I have no idea what Jello was thinking with this maneuver. Okay. Meanwhile, in the north, guards make their way back out of the base, setting up in green sandbag positions. Fallschirmjäger appear to be struggling a little bit against them, although low health squads like that are in extreme danger against Fallschirmjäger because of their really good damage at basically all ranges. I mean, just look how quickly they're shredding that sniper, even at that long range. Moves them into yellow cover to snipe from a distance. A couple squads have to retreat right there. Look what my girlfriend just set on the table next to me. Fresh baked chocolate chip cookies. Pretty excited about that. Sturm Tiger fires his first shot right there. Doesn't hit anything. Completely whiffs, unfortunately. He could fire at sandbag fighting positions like this from max range. Maybe try and catch his opponent off guard. That's right, cookies. Cookies and cream. He's like super excited about it. Easy 8 on the field. Oh, what is this Panther doing? It's not too late for the Axis to throw this game in the trash. Oh my god, I think that's gonna die. That's a dead Panther for sure. I can't believe that. Unless the Easy 8 stops chasing. Rifle grenade on the rear armor does damage its engine. Penal Battalion's moving up to force a retreat from all the team weapons. There goes the Panther. Wow. Horrible engagement right there. Riflemen have to escape with very low amount of health remaining, but in the north it looks like the OKW will get back control of the victory point and fuel. Flamethrower versus guards. Looks like it's going in favor of the guards, and there's the retreat. Grenade toss on the wounded squad. Completely dodged, but it may not matter. The squad's so hurt. They'll die to small arms fire, and they are forced to retreat. Folks Grenadiers in the area are going to steal an 18 gun that could potentially salvage that Panther 2 while they have a small window of opportunity. Easy 8 being repaired here in the south, and the north is about to be attacked again by the now Vet 2 sniper, up to 12 kills.
We have a DP-28. Give us a target.
With guards and conscripts supporting. Grenade tossed by this Fallschirmjäger. I've highly encouraged, by the way, the usage of the frangible grenade over the bundled grenade in situations like this where you want to just damage a blob. Bundle grenade should be more for trying to wipe clumped squads. Wow, did that really not wipe that? That looked like a wipe for sure to me. I guess the rocket landed a little short. Rifle squad gets away with only 3 of them killed. Sturm Tiger takes engine damage and has to retreat away from a captain and guards. Slowly. Well, I have to say, with the Panther dead and the Sturm Tiger barely doing anything, the Allies have a lot of room to start slowly working their way back onto the map with Easy 8 support. This VP is going to start slowly getting taken. Its engine gets repaired with repair critical right there. Makes its way towards the south to start pushing away more of these Grenadier squads. A couple squads of Allied infantry working towards the center and south. And MrSir is getting back control of the north fuel point with his conscripts, holding on to what territory they do have here in the north, setting up infantry in green cover positions. Try and maintain their hold on a small part of the map while they continue trying to engage cost effectively at various different locations. 3 squads of riflemen heading south to start getting these munitions points back. Currently nothing but some LMG grens to defend. AT gun in the mortar as well. Mortar has 15 kills as Vet 3. That thing has definitely performed well this game. Axis got a lot of mileage out of that. Fallschirmjäger set up in the forest and the road right there. Need to be careful. It's very important to engage from green cover with Fallschirmjäger because they are so fragile. And Luftwaffe Ground Forces gives you the tools with which to do so, by the way. Not only can, obviously, Volksgrenadiers can build green cover anywhere, but even better than that, Sturm pilots can build tank traps. And tank traps are extremely sturdy when you're Luftwaffe Ground Forces, this heavy fortifications thing. Let's build tank traps and trenches, and both of those give you green cover, and it's a really nice thing to have access to for your Fallschirmjäger, because engaging in anything other than green cover, there's a decent chance you'll bleed more than you inflict unless you can just maneuver really well to always be engaging against team weapons and not guards or upgunned riflemen. There's the T-34-85s from MrSir. Soviet player has managed to get to his Collins, and this decision to go Sturm Tiger rather than Panther may leave Omni a little bit vulnerable. Sturm Tiger rocket misses again. He can't seem to get that thing to connect. He really needs to try and cancel shots if he's not 100% sure that it's gonna get him a wipe, because it's only got 3 kills after 3 shots, which is really just awful. And he should stop making frontal assaults over open ground towards tanks, snipers, and guards and Fallschirmjäger. Oh my god. He needs to use cover with those. Jeez, Axis had the Allies completely base locked at one point, and it's just falling apart. Second Panther on the field from Jello. Hopefully he'll make better use of this one. He still hasn't picked a commander, by the way, interestingly enough. Just going tier 1, 2, and 4, skipping past tier 3, not taking advantage of Tigers at all, which, by the way, just goes to show how incredibly strong Axis map control was this game, that he was able to get 2 Panthers out, in the Oster Panthers out in the same amount of time that the Soviets got 1 set of T-34s. Pretty impressive. Panther is marked, buttoned, and engine damaged, desperately trying to get back to safety. A T-34 gets a main gun destroyed, crit. Very lucky right there, and it will get to safety. Plane crashes off the map, I think, somewhere. I don't know where that plane landed. Probably somewhere. Panther is gonna have to get some repairs done. Stolen AT gun definitely gonna be a helpful tool against these T-34s. I don't know how reliably an American AT gun penetrates a T-34-85. Probably pretty good. With AP rounds, I would expect every time. Sturm Tiger blocks those Volksgrenadiers a little bit. They get wiped right there. Cancel the rocket, please! That will never hit! Come on, that was obvious. That was an obvious miss. Maybe he doesn't realize he can cancel. You can cancel by hitting stop or issuing a move order or whatever. Only 3 kills. Pulls back to reload. Did the EZ-8 die? Yes, it did. I have no idea what happened to the EZ-8, but it went down at some point. Not sure where or how. But clearly the effects of that EZ-8 being destroyed are being reflected here on the south, which is now fully under Axis control again. All LMG Grenadiers are being deployed here towards the north. Panzer Grenadiers being fielded as well. The American player has purchased a lot more rifle squads. He was down to only 2 a little while ago. He's back up to 5 now, just spamming the elite rifleman training Collins since he doesn't have fuel for EZ-8s anyway. He can field a second one now. Gonna move to try and take control of all this territory in the south, and he will be able to do so unopposed. But this flank from these LMG Grenadiers is going to convince MrSir to make a full retreat off the battlefield, and his sniper gets lasered to death by those LMG Grens too. Nice pickup by those Grenadiers behind MrSir's lines. Sniper is off the field permanently. T-34 is about to be fully repaired. Panther goes in on the T-34 right there. Grenadiers moving to try and engine damage. I don't think that Panther should dive this base though. Please be careful. No minesweeper support either. What if there were a mine anywhere on that approach? That would be a dead Panther for sure. There's the second EZ-8 moving up on the flank of that Panther. If he blocks this thing, it could be dead. He does successfully block and stop. It's very important to stop, by the way, to prevent phasing. So nicely executed right there. And that Panther, there's the phase because he wasn't stopping properly. Whoa! What was that Sturm Tiger rocket? That just nailed the Panther. I'm pretty sure there was a little bit of friendly fire on that Sturm Tiger rocket. I'm not so sure what I think about that shot right there, Omni. I mean, either way, that Panther was gonna go down. Panther is dead. Panther's dead, and all 3 allied tanks will pull back for repairs. And what is that base dive? Why would he even do that? That makes no sense. Meanwhile, the entire south is being captured, and the AT gun that was kind of unsupported down here also gets stolen, so the allies now have access to a Pack 40 as well. Might start putting pressure on the Tier 4 structure again with that AT gun if they find an opening to do so. There's not very much in the area to defend right now. Where's the mortar? Mortar's retreating for some reason. Interesting.
Who's got eyes on the shooter? Flamethrower has us pegged! Okay, go ahead. Get yourself out of that fire zone! Clear! Areas are. Sherman ready to go. Guys, knock it off and listen up. The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points. We're getting plastered over here! Our supply line just got cut off. Promotion just came through!
Panzer Grenadiers running straight into frag grenades. Might get wiped or crushed. Retreat. Retreat. Gets the Panzerfaust off right there. I don't know why he would stick around. There he goes. He has no AT gun in the area to try and follow up on that engine damage. Engine destruction, actually. The engine's completely gone. Easy 8's gonna have to repair that. With duct tape, of course.
Get down! Motor support. Here they go. Get ready to move.
Sturm Tiger finds a heavy mortar right here, but it looks like he's gonna miss his shot again unless he follows into the Soviet base, which he should definitely not do because there's 2 T-34-85s right there. What is he doing? Oh my god, what is he doing? No! No! Why? Why are you doing this, Sturm Tiger? Please! That could have been a beautiful Sturm Tiger rocket, though, in all fairness.
With a heavy tank.
But seriously, that was so dumb.
Looks like we're getting into the excitement.
Wow. It's amazing that the Axis could shut the Allies down so hard in the early game and now be playing this ridiculously badly. What happened? What are they doing? T-34s will take out that AT gun right there and will probably be able to clear this Tier 4 structure completely unopposed. A King Tiger is in production though. Maybe it's not too late for the Axis to salvage this game. Maybe. T-34 gets its engine destroyed. That's the second destroyed engine I've seen on not a mine this game, amusingly enough.
MG-42! Where's that coming from?
I wish, by the way, that the 5% chance engine destruction from Panzerfaust used the right icon. You guys notice that it still uses the engine damage icon instead of the destroyed engine icon that pops up when tanks hit a mine? As if there weren't enough confusing aspects to this game. Fortunately, the fire coming out of the tank's engine kind of gives that away, but... And obviously the fact that it cannot really move. But still, I mean, there's just so many little things about Kotu's UI and user experience that are just annoying. That's one of them. So many little bugs that just need to be fixed.
The rifle infantry squads are now available. Grenadiers ready!
Heavy mortar on the Volksgrenadiers right there and brings them pretty low. There's the King Tiger, last bastion of the Axis defense at this point. And they are definitely on the defense. You can tell that they have almost no territory remaining. A lot of Axis infantry squads here from Jello are getting bullied hard by grenades and tanks. That was a wipe. Crush on the EZ-8 right there. Takes out one Panzer Grenadier. Panzer Shrek volley on the EZ-8 brings it to a little above half. Vet 2 on the EZ-8 though. Mortar almost wipes the rifle squad. That's gotta retreat.
Continue the push.
King Tiger slowly making its way towards the middle. Hopefully this will not base dive. And both Jello and Omni have dived the base this game, so they're both guilty of that. Don't worry, I'm well aware of Relic's policy on bugs. I am well educated on that subject, probably better than most people, and it's just as depressing for me as it is for everybody else, so I try just to not even think about it. EZ-8 coming in behind on the King Tiger right here. Marked vehicle goes down on the KT as well. Oh, it's stuck. Don't move the EZ-8, just stop. Just spam the stop. Stop, stop, stop. And King Tiger cannot phase if you just spam the stop command. Until, of course, it tries to go around, which is clearly what it's going to have to try and figure out how to do. EZ-8 will continue the chase. Two squads of Panzer Grenadiers with Shreks supporting right there. Will destroy that T-34. EZ-8 continues going in on the King Tiger. There is one PaK-40 available to support. No munitions for target weak point. May not matter though. EZ-8 destroyed. T-34 going to try to chase. Oh, why is that King Tiger not pulling fully back to safety? T-34 suffers engine damage from a Panzerfaust, and there's a Puma randomly showing up to this engagement apparently when Jello finally picks mobile defense at 33 minutes into the game to try to save the day at the last minute, but he is not successful. The King Tiger is dead. Puma does get revenge, but that's probably not worth much. Honestly, I think that King Tiger was the last chance the Axis had to salvage this game, and, well, maybe, I don't know. Jello actually does have 290 fuel in the bank, so he can make some more tier 4 stuff. Omni is at 185. He's lost his tier 4 structure though, so he has no choice but to wait for either a second King Tiger or tier 2 or tier 3 units. Maybe Jagdpanzer, I don't know. Another EZ-8 just died right there though to more Panzer Shreks. So no allied tanks remain either, and both sides are down to no armor remaining whatsoever, but the infantry forces on both sides have a much bigger imbalance. These Fallschirmjäger cannot afford to get wiped. Bren's just got wiped. Only one squad of Vet 5 Fallschirmjäger, Vet 2 Fallschirmjäger barely alive here on this point. Meanwhile, they're up against a huge amount of Guard, Penal Conscript, Combat Engineering, Rifle Spam. I mean, seriously, that is a lot of rifle spam. He has up to 7 squads right now. It's always fun to see people talking in chat.
Ready for action.
Blaming gain balance, usually completely incorrectly. I mean, it seems a little weird to me to complain about the King Tiger being uncounterable after having successfully countered it. So, just saying. Go ×8, okay. Nothing's really happening. The rifle swarm is making its way here towards the victory point. Allies are going to get that captured easily enough. This is probably going to be a decisive engagement right here. Fresh set of T-34s going in on the Puma right there.
We have loads of enemy to 75 points. Enemy movement! On the flank! Grenade!
Satchel charge brings the truck quite low, and there it goes. T-34 takes it out. Riflemen clear the AT gun right there. Will probably force full retreats from all remaining Axis infantry in the north. Squad of riflemen with PTRS right there and in the building. probably won't be able to hold this line against those vetted Fallschirmjäger. That could be a wipe, but it may not matter. The engagement for the north is going so badly for the Axis right now. Grenadiers forced to retreat right there. These infantry having no problem, and this late game decision to go Stuka is actually probably not bad against nothing but rifle spam from the American player, although against two T-34 85s that'll struggle, and it's going to mean Jello has to go like double Panther or something to try and keep those T-34s back, which he could with 350 fuel in the bank. He just doesn't have any manpower, and all of his teammates' trucks are being destroyed, and all territory is being lost. Axis actually still have a 345 victory point lead with which to execute a comeback, though, so as long as they're careful, very careful and thoughtful about what to do from this point forward, they might be able to survive. The main problem is the amount of Allied tank production is probably going to be pretty through the roof if the Allies get control of both fuel points. Unfortunately, they haven't been able to do so quite yet, despite some really big engagement wins. Omni is only down to 2 Fallschirmjäger squads and his Stuka right now, so he's pretty much just hard anti-riflemen, which is good because he's up against only riflemen. But he'll be very vulnerable to tanks. He's going to have to utilize his 3 remaining units very intelligently if they're going to hold on to these fuel points. And Jello is definitely going to need to get some more Panthers on the field. And one is in production now. He's going to have to use this Panther a lot smarter than he used his first 2, though. Because, oh, jeez. Because they certainly didn't do too great. That Fallschirmjäger squad gets away narrowly, and the other one gets wiped by a T-34, crushing him. Like I said, vulnerable to tanks, but his teammate does arrive to support a little late. White Phosphorus is off target and doesn't really hit anything, but if these infantry have to retreat, they will be retreating through this. But I don't think there's anything to punish them for that. It just means they're going to have to spend a lot of time in the base healing. Guards toss a grenade on the Panzer Grenadiers right there, and everything will be forced to retreat through White Phosphorus smoke.
The enemy is gaining a foothold. We are down to 300 points.
Panther, fresh Panther on the field with 1 T-34 destroyed by Panzerschreck spam. There's only 1 left over here on the right, and MrSir is very far from his next call-in. Easy 8, fresh Easy 8 will be on the field very soon, though, to try and counter that Panther, which it might be able to do if its maneuvers are as bad as its predecessors. Hopefully not, though. Command tank on the field to give that Panther some defensive bonuses. That should be good. Stuka clears out a building and decrews an AT gun, light damage to that squad of guards as well. Command tank moves up to engage against those conscripts, push them off the point. Panther still has not received repairs to its engine, but I don't think either player has a way to repair tanks. Somebody needs to make some pyos. That's going to be a requirement if they're going to survive the late game, no doubt in my mind. Panther clears that AT gun with command tank support, and now both of these units have engine damage, and again, no pyos anywhere. There is an Easy 8 and a T-34-85 on the field, which means both of these tanks are now extremely vulnerable. A triple cap is going against the Axis right now, who don't seem to currently have any way to turn it around. T-34 is going to peek the command tank, misses its first shot right there, and it's about to back into a corner. I don't think it can squeeze through this, can it? Maybe it can. Wow, okay. I learned something new about this map. Interesting. T-34 takes a pretty healthy dose of damage from the Puma and Panther and will pull back to safety, but the Puma's a little stuck. What is it doing? Get out of there! Fortunately, the Easy 8 is shooting at the Panther. Puma will get a bit of a free pass on that engagement. Easy 8 will also disengage. Fallschirmjäger are in the area of Vet 3, making their way towards the north from the look of things. There's a wounded guard squad and an AT gun up there, so it should definitely... Fallschirmjäger, in fact, could kill everything up here by solo, probably, at Vet 3. As long as they could shoot through those guards pretty quickly. Riflemen toss a grenade down here in the south, try and get the clock ticking faster against the Axis LMG Grens. They're going to laser beam them down pretty quick, though. Wounded guards might be able to turn the engagement with lucky PTRS snipes. Both PTRS shots connect, and a Grenadier model gets taken down very quick, but the engagement's lost for sure. They're going to get wiped if they don't retreat. They do get a grenade off, and both squads are wiped. Stuka firing. Stuka's not doing very well, by the way. Only 4 kills so far. MrSir has transitioned into just spamming guards absolutely as hard as he can. 4 squads of them on the field, in addition to his fresh penal battalion, apparently. Conscripts as well. Just trying to wait for his next set of call-ins, which will be here soon with 33 fuel coming in. Meanwhile, A bunch of the fresh rifle squads have been wiped. I don't even want to know how many fresh rifle squads have been wiped by Comrade Peppers this game. Wow. 12 squads of riflemen wiped this game. That is disgusting. Comrade Peppers, have you no regard for the safety of your troops? Command tank coming down here to the south to engage against these guards. Will win against them eventually. I'm just trying to keep the double cap going against the US Triple cap soon. Riflemen and guards working on the north sector. Why would Omni start spamming Sturm Pioneers? For repairs, I guess. I could see that. They do repair very quick and they're semi-useful as combat troops, but that's so much manpower. Now he's getting overs. He's going to need something other than extremely fragile four-man infantry squads to contend against this much meat. Look at all of it. You should spam Volksgrenadiers, at least a couple squads, to soak up some damage while they're trying to charge into close range. That squad of Sturms is going to have to retreat before it does anything. Or it could just die on a grenade. Either way. That's 320 manpower that's just right down the drain. That's so painful. Panzer Shreks and Panther here in the south engaging against the T-34. We'll be able to push that out of the south, maybe even destroy it. No mines to again punish this ridiculously aggressive Panther. What is he thinking with this maneuver? How many times does he have to dive into the Allied base and lose an extremely expensive tank to learn his lesson? This is so painful for me to have to watch. I hope this gets away. Puma continues the chase against the T-34 and snipes it. So nice pickup. Panther needs to get back to safety for repairs now. Why is he just dilly-dallying right there? Come on, get moving. Stuka bombarding somewhere. I don't even know where that just shot. Over here to try and clear the point. I think it killed an AT gun right there, I guess. Kind of hard to tell. Panzer Grenadiers with Shreks taking control of the bottom left munitions point. Fortunately, that Panther gets away by a sliver. If there had been one mine, anything in range to deal engine damage, one slightly better positioned AT gun, that would be a dead Panther, just charging into the fog of war. Especially through narrow alleyways and roads where there's extremely high likelihood of mines. He's so lucky that Panther is alive right now, and MrSir should punish that behavior by planting mines, building field guns, not just spamming nothing but guards, which are very good against infantry, but against Panthers they don't exactly do that impressive damage. Although those PTRS shots can sometimes get lucky, do a little more than you're expecting. Grenade toss on the guards right there. No reaction. Yes, there's reaction. Late dodge, loses two of the three squad members. And LMG Grenadiers will push away that combat engineer squad as well. Stolen AT gun has to pull away from the victory point, and the Axis are trying to get it captured again. The Allies have only 65 points remaining and do need to continue executing perfectly, which they have been. Thanks to the Axis fielding easy to kill squishy squads in small numbers for high manpower costs against tanks. I haven't seen a single Raketenwerfer from Omni this game. Not that the Raketenwerfer has a particularly great chance of saving them from this situation either anymore, but still. He should make some effort to counter his opponent. Sturm Tiger into Stuka is only high firepower, indirect fire / assault gun, so no really hard AT at all. And there it is, okay, Raketenwerfer. Raketenwerfer in production, good to see. 45 minutes into the game, a little late, but better late than never. Maybe he'll be able to get some snipes with that thing. Stuka is up to 12 kills, which is not great, but I guess it's something. Trying to bleed this massive infantry spam is good. Grenade toss on those Panzer Grenadiers. Bundle grenade also exchanged. Doesn't do anything too serious. Most AT grenades on that command tank are bouncing, and it will be able to pull back to safety for some repairs. Puma has been fully repaired. Panther is about to have been fully repaired. 2 EZ-8s and a penal battalion with a Panzer Shrek defending the victory points in the north, and the Axis are fighting tooth and nail just to hang on here in the south and center. Stuka firing.
Combat promotion.
100 points left for the Axis. If they don't figure something out, they could lose this. This game was so in the bag for them. They so had this.
Supply half-track is in action. Standing by for setting of command post.
Contact! On fire!
Cars just got wiped by Obers in the south. That's something. They're going to recover that PTRS and immediately retreat. Which I don't know if they really had to retreat from a one-man combat engineer squad, a two-man guard squad, and an AT gun. But alright, there they go. Stern Pioneers making their way down to the south point to see if they'll have better luck. Tactical movement, or no, Valiant Assault to sprint into the point, try and get into close range. Sprints past. Wow, really? AT gun snipes two of them, and then the PTRS finishes off the rest. That was terrible luck. Puma dies here in the engagement for the north. Apparently the EZ-8 right there went down, but this command tank doesn't look like it's doing too hot. It needs to get away from that penal battalion, which just died. They had a Panzerschreck, now they're dead. Grenade toss into the center point, bundle grenade onto the AT gun. Here comes a Stuka. Doesn't really hit anything, and this Panther is making its way through the north as well to engage against this EZ-8. Should maybe be able to take it on depending on how well that AT gun gets used and how long it survives. AT grenade from those conscripts does damage that Panther's engine again. AT gun cleared. EZ-8 gonna try and circle strafe that Panther to death. Plus, there are two more T-34s arrive for this engagement, and the Panther is dead. Triple cap continues against the Allies. Doesn't matter. Time has run out. Panther will go down, and it's GG. Allies win.